Okay, so what you'll see here is that I do not know what exactly I was supposed to do after my family left. I was so shocked that they were there at all because I don't remember saying, I imagine you all will be here with me, but I was alone like I usually was, but this time I swear there was something different about this place, and I just really thought maybe it was me, but that didn't make no sense because I ain't never left this place before. I tried, but it didn't work. And there I go on my way to my humble abode. Oh, I had no idea what that shelf doing out there. That goes in my house. I never leave my humble abode so a mess. I know who did this. And then I realized my neighbor is gone. My one neighbor. I never seen them before, but they were there, and now they're not. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like it all happened in a day, and I was just gone. But I wasn't gone. I never left. My family did, so I don't know what happened. I'm so confused. I mean, they were there. They weren't. I wasn't there. I mean, I swear I slept through solid the whole night, but I don't know. I don't know why my house has a crack in it. I ain't got hungry. I don't know who did that. Maybe it was the monster. Maybe it was the monster, but I'm not too sure yet. I ain't gone inside. It's gonna be my first. Oh, I can't do it. Nope. I ain't gone inside yet. And I don't know how that shelf got out there. That goes to my house, to my humble abode. But I ain't been there, so I don't know who did this. I don't know. Maybe it's eviction, whatever that is. But can't be too sure. I ain't looked it up before. So what exactly is happening here? I know the only person who would know is Phone, but she left, and I told her I'd write to her if I needed any help. So she said I could go join her anytime I want to, but I ain't had much of a reason yet. Man, I felt so hopeless, but I didn't know what hopeless really was because I was still. Oh, God darn, it's the monster. What was the monster doing here? Oh, no. Oh, I went down. That monster scared the living daylights out of me, and I got up and I ran again. That monster really is something, though. I don't know what to make of it. My parents say it's a dog. What was Papa mean by that? I was back from reading my book, because I do that. And I realized I forgot to bring it back to my house, which apparently isn't my house no more, because it's, humble abode, ain't humble no more. And I just forgot to bring it with me that first time. So there I go. And I dropped it off, because what else was I going to do? Can't go inside. It didn't want me in there. Now, eventually I decided to get my book and use it again, but I wanted to go try that feeling again. Maybe my humble abode wasn't gonna humble me no more, but I wasn't too sure, so I was bringing my book back for the second time, put it on the shelf I usually do, which is inside my humble abode, but he didn't mind no more, so I took it off, and I knew exactly what Phone said to do. She said, well, what Mama always told me, she said, if you don't know something, figure it out on your own. So she always said a book is the only way of the word. So I got a book. And then I remember what Phone said. She said she slips into the shadows whenever she has some sort of feeling, and she stays there and she becomes one with the shadows. And she said, I feel like an angel. I feel like an Angelina, and that's what I became, just like she did. And then the phone monster came over, and I had to protect myself with knowledge, because knowledge is power. So I stayed like that for a little while. Oops, and then I was called into work for my model citizen job, and there I was, modeling like a citizen. Just like I knew how to do. It was like all those other times before, but I needed the money now. I was going to be traveling. That's what Phone said she did. That's what I said I'm going to do. And so after all this, I ultimately realized that I might need to use my emergency gate. Now, it ain't worked on me before when I tried to take a vacation or holiday or whatever, but I figured I'd give it a try this time. I felt like I was being evicted. I had to check it out. I had to see. It's never worked before. Never, ever. And I ran fast. Now, I was just testing it out. Oh my God, the monster is following me. Oh gosh, I don't know what it's doing. I tried to get it away and tricked it. Oh, thank goodness. I don't know if I trust it again, but if I leave, it ain't coming with me. Oh no, it's torturing me. I don't know what it thinks it's doing. Yes, right, I told it to go away, and it did. Well, anyway, my emergency gate worked. Yeah, kinda. I mean, I gave it my best shot, and it was an emergency. I couldn't believe it. It was an emergency. I don't know why I went back inside. I had to leave right then and there. It was an emergency. Anyway. Alright, now, I know what the monster doing over there. I swear did not follow me up. But for whatever reason, we're getting along. Maybe it's because we're both getting away and we both did not want to say my humble abode anymore. So, for whatever reason, we're getting along now. I wouldn't say I felt too scared. I felt free for once. I don't know what free really is, but if it means anything like what I think it does, then yeah, feel free. Oh, there I go again. I had to go scold the monster, tell her, give me some space. You know, I told you. This town ain't big enough for all of us. That's why there's only me. Yep. And so I came to this conclusion, and I thought, what if there really was an emergency? Well, what if I didn't have to stay humble in my abode? What if I was the opposite of that? So I went to go ponder about it.
But I guess
what does it really mean?
If it ain't no emergency, then I guess it wouldn't have worked. Suppose that having to leave your humble abode makes it all make sense. Suppose I find a new town. But you know, I'm steps closer to phone. That makes everything worth it. Phone will help me out. She always said this is what she did. This is what she did for Mama and Papa's house. She said she tried her emergency gate and it worked. And I ain't seen her since. So oh gosh, I think it's the monster again. What's the monster doing here in my head? Oh my god. I know it tried to follow me out, but I tricked it into going back in. There ain't no way it's living rent-free in my head, because I'm going to evict it, whatever that is. Well, the phone says she did. And if I want to be like phone, then I have to start today. Right now. And I feel like perhaps I ought to be less of a character and more of a person. Yeah. I really like this setup here. There's the garden, whatever it is. I like it. Reminds me of my sister. Reminds me of my mama. Reminds me of my papa. And it reminds me of my brother. Oh, how I miss them. They know it. But I can't believe the emergency gate actually worked. It was a real emergency. I never would have thought it. Maybe that's why it happened. I never would have thought it. That's probably why it worked. Anyway, I feel like this is just one step closer to that life my family's been talking about they have. Say, what I was doing before, I guess I thought was enough, but it never was, because how could the town be too big for me? It can't. I'm done made. That town ain't big enough for all of us. That's why there's only me. My papa said that. This is how he got his humble beginnings. This is how I'm gonna get my humble beginnings. I thought I was off to a real great start. And then there was a monster. And then I was alone for many, many, many months, or years, or days. I can't figure it out. Maybe a week. But it was a real long time. And I think that's not no way for anyone to live. Not even with a monster. That ain't for no one to live. So I'm gonna do things different. I'm gonna get out and see the world. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense when you ain't got no money in your bank account. I don't know what a bank account is. I'm sure Mama and Papa know. Anyway, I think I ought to get up, go look around, take a breath of fresh air, 'cause I'm away from what was never home. Here goes nothing. Was that a neighbor? Am I hearing the neighbors again? This ain't not what phone said she did. But I tried. Out to let her know. We're gonna meet again soon. Gonna meet all my friends and family again soon. They won't even know what to say.
Oh, you were too far away to be on call, so it was my model citizenship job. I never told them I was going to quit, so then I had to go in for my shift again, and I can't say I was too surprised, but they said it's okay, you still get paid, so I said whatever. And, yeah.
And if there's one thing my sister warned me of, she said people are going to be saying, "Howdy neighbor." Howdy neighbor. Thought I saw neighbor. Thought I had to say it. I didn't. They didn't say it either. But how do I answer? What kind of question is that? Howdy neighbor. Howdy neighbor. I don't know what this has to do with me every time. Why people are always going to be in my business asking me about howdy neighbor. I don't know how to answer that. I know everyone's always asking why they're going to be in my business. I don't even know who they are. And they're asking me. They're asking themselves. They're asking everybody, howdy neighbor. Well, Dee don't know how her neighbors are. Dee don't know how Dee is. What kind of a question is this? Howdy neighbor. Who made me feel so special? Yeah. Who made me feel so special? someone must have known I was going to do this and invented it and thought up this phrase here so that I would feel included and so that I would feel seen. I'm pretty sure I could thank Phone for this. This seems like something Phone would do. She said, I have a twin sister, and if you do not ask her, you do not tell them. You not tell the people I am going to arrive. They won't know how to react. They won't know how to treat me. So I assume it's something Phone must have said to them. She said, you will always ask, howdy neighbor. Because how is D neighbor? How is D neighbor? Howdy neighbor. She must have done it so that I feel real welcome and I feel real special. Because I do, but I don't know what to say to it. Howdy neighbor. That's funny. Why would I say that to someone else? I feel like it's something people should be saying to me. Howdy neighbor. I feel like I don't know what to say back. If I ever heard someone say that to me, I would certainly be perplexed. But I don't know what else to say other than you're my neighbor. How are you my neighbor? See, I don't get it. You can say, howdy neighbor, all the time. But they won't ever. Why they gotta talk about me like that? If I ain't there, why are you asking, howdy neighbor? You could ask me that, but you can't ask someone else that. And you most certainly, I don't know what to say to my neighbors. You're my neighbor? I think that's fine. You're my neighbor? And you are? I ain't never had no neighbors before. You must be my neighbor. Is that fine? I feel like that's perfectly acceptable. Phone says she says that sometimes. She couldn't believe the phrases she was hearing outside of Mama and Papa's house. People were saying, howdy neighbor, howdy partner. What is a partner? What is a partner? It don't make no sense. I still don't know why I get brought up every damn time. Howdy. What an absurd question. Howdy what? Howdy exists? I'm sorry, is that what you mean by howdy neighbor? That is where I must say I wish I could go back to my humble abode, back to my town, feel like I belong again, but I can't. I can't do that. I told myself I wouldn't. So I wonder why people gotta be like this, asking me all these absurd, intrusive questions. Howdy. How is D? They could just say my whole how on. Don't that make more sense if they just said how on? Maybe then I'd have a response. But I don't know what howdy means. I don't know what howdy means. But I know I could probably answer if you said how on. I'd get it. I get it then. I really would. How on? Now that I could understand. But I don't know what howdy means. Howdy is a bit too vague. I don't get it. But how dare they use my in vain? They don't even know who I am. But that's how they want to ask. Howdy neighbor. I do not know why Phone has to go on saying anything about me in the first place. She should have just let me arrive on my own time. Instead, she's going to tell the whole world her sister Dawn's gonna come visit. That's where I think everything went so wrong. Maybe that's why I got evicted or whatever that is out of my humble abode. Maybe it's because she said Dawn I don't get it though. I really don't get it. Something that really makes you sit down and think. Howdy neighbor. Howdy neighbor. I don't get it. I don't think I ever will. But I believe there is a particular reason. I think the world did want me to be here. I think that's why they came up with that vain question, howdy neighbor. Why not just say it like you mean it? How Dawn? Doesn't that make more sense? That's a question I could answer. How Dawn, and I'll tell you my best. I do not know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never heard of that before. That seems a lot more respectful, I think. I think it's really respectful. And I could answer that question all day long. How, Dawn? I don't know. I ain't never heard of it before. I don't know what it is. But I will tell you something. That's for sure. And I think howdy is not really the same. But at least they call me neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. At least there's that, right? They ain't call me neighbor. Maybe then I should maybe cry or give up or something. I don't know. But they said howdy neighbor. They say howdy neighbor. At least they call me neighbor. So I can't be too specific or ask for too much, maybe. That certainly means a whole lot. It really does. I'm gonna let phone know that as absurd as the phrase howdy neighbor is, I can't say I hate it because they said howdy neighbor. Now that's alright. I don't know what to say back. I'm a little bit baffled. But I think I ought to say you can just say it from your heart. How, Dawn? That I'd prefer. But I don't know what howdy means. I don't. Gotta be honest. But now you ever ask me, how, Dawn? I guarantee I can find a solution for you. It's what I'm known for. So I ought to take this all to my heart and just let it grow, let it blossom, let it do whatever it is that it does. So I can't wait.